New at 6, a man from Ozark charged with making a terrorist threat and several other felonies. This is all for a force shooting at least 6 shots inside of Eustasis in Springfield last week. It's a psychiatric and addiction center. Investigators say that Joseph Skibell was taken into custody on Friday. Officers found him in a patient room. They say he fired half a dozen shots through the window into the bathroom across the hall. And court records show at least 20 people were inside that building at the time of the shooting. Many ran out, others hid under desks and in locked rooms. No one was hurt in this shooting, and when officers made contact with Skibell, he pointed his gun at an officer, but then followed orders to come out of that room. Investigators say they discovered 2 other firearms in his vehicle, and tonight he is being held without bond.